Xiaomi has great devices. Why? Because they offer great specifications at a very decent price. And even their software is pretty decent and they offer Android upgrades. But the only problem with its MIUI is that their major Android upgrades, like major versions, say Oreo, Pie, Nougat, these kinds of big updates come late. And also, MIUI is not everyone's cup of tea. It may seem bloatware-ish to many people, and it may be tough to use, especially in the Western markets. And people who love stock Android just hate MIUI because it's far away from stock Android. Well, Xiaomi's answer to that was their Android One smartphone, the Xiaomi Mi A1. And the Mi A1 was very popular, and people really loved that device, especially because it had great hardware, a very competitive price, and stock Android with fast upgrades of Android versions, which made many people happy. Well, it seemed like Xiaomi probably wasn't too happy. There are some conspiracy theories that Xiaomi purposefully hindered their Mi A2 so that their other smartphones may flourish more. What am I trying to say? Xiaomi sabotaged their Mi A2, and that was really a terrible device. It had really average battery life. It did not have a headphone jack, and its camera was good, but it did not really compete with any of its siblings or even for phones from other companies at that price point. And it was kind of a failure in my opinion, especially because the Xiaomi Mi A1 was a huge success. Well, looks like Xiaomi is getting up to launch the Xiaomi Mi A3, so let's have a look at it and see what kind of leaks have come up so far. Xiaomi has a tendency to launch their other smartphones and rebrand them to launch the Mi A series devices. For example, the Xiaomi Mi A1 was just a rebranded Mi 5X, and the Xiaomi Mi A2 was just a rebranded Redmi 6X. Well, seems like this time around too, the Xiaomi Mi CC9e will be rebranded and will come with stock Android and be known as Xiaomi Mi A3. So, what are the proofs here? Well, there has been certain FCC listing leak and some other stuff too, like there was this Ting BYOD page where Ting's comprehensive IMEI database identifies the device with model name M1906F9SC as the Mi A3. This could be incorrect, sure, but it is highly likely the Xiaomi CC9e will be the Xiaomi Mi A3. So let's have a look at it. First of all, it will have the 5th generation Corning Gorilla Glass both on back and front. And talking about the display, it will have a 6-inch HD Plus AMOLED display, which translates to about 282 pixels per inch. It will have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 665 chip, and its RAM and storage variants are 4 plus 64, that is 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage, 664, and there's even a special edition of 6128. So probably only 2 of these variants will make it way as the Mi A3. It also has the UFS 2.1 storage and it has non-expandable storage. In terms of battery life, there is a huge upgrade here because it has a 4030 mAh battery with quick charge 3 supported. It also has USB Type-C port and standard options like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0, GPS, AGPS, and that kind of stuff is there. And it has an inbuilt fingerprint scanner to keep the phone compact. As for the rear camera, there is a trend going on of having huge megapixel count in the camera section. So it has a 48 megapixel sensor, that is a Sony's half-inch sensor with f/s of 1.79 aperture and 0.8 micrometer pixel size. It also has a 8 megapixel wide angle sensor and 2 megapixel depth sensor by f2.4. So it is basically a triple camera setup. And about the front camera, it is having the 32 megapixel f/2.0 aperture. So what are my thoughts about this device? Well, if you are looking to buy a device somewhere in the range of let's say 15,000 rupees, I think you should probably wait for this device to come, or somewhere around $2 to $250, because this is overall a very good device. I wish that the display was a bit better, But other than that, this is a very competitive device. The processor is also pretty decent. It's not a 700 series processor, but still it is good enough even for games like PUBG and Asphalt 9. And compare that with the stock Android experience, I would say that it will do a lot better, because stock Android is generally just much more smoother than its any customized counterparts. So this device with stock Android, I think, will be a magical device, and it will be a huge hit in places like India, where youngsters are looking for a device that has gaming capabilities, is good looking. This phone has everything going for it, and even the promise of fast Android upgrades adds to that. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, click on the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. I'll see you in my next video.